Hello, callers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on three things. Starting with that 2-1 defeat to Salzburg yesterday and focusing on Ronald Koeman's, post-match conference, what he had to say. He spoke about the tactics, he reflects on the preseason overall, and he spoke about many important things so far this preseason that we are going to be talking about. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about Gerard Pique, who according to report is now fully ready to take a large pay cut after Joan Laporta meeting yesterday. Of course, it's been reported that his agent and Joan Laporta, they had a meeting and everything now has been finalized, and Gerard Pique will fully abide to the pay cut, and of course they're also saying that the other veterans need to follow suit. Of course, we have been hearing Busquets, Roberto, and of course Alba, who for one is not even too keen on that wage cut. But according to a recent report, they are saying that those veterans, all of them, will follow suit with what Pique have just done, and in the coming days we'll be getting that all the veterans have finally accepted to that pay cut. So we're going to be discussing on this story as we move ahead. Then to conclude, we are going to be talking about Pjanic, who has always been on the transfer headlines for Barcelona this summer, with recent reports saying that Barcelona are now confident about his departure. We all saw this coming, given the fact that Ronald Koeman does not even consider him in his plans this coming season. Neither is Barcelona, and this will be a very good thing. Barcelona are very optimistic about his departure, and of course will help balance the books. That will at least help some of our economic problems. So we're going to be discussing on this story, guys, as we move ahead. So guys, as we get ready to discuss those stories, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and also endeavor to watch this video right up to the very end so you get all the details you don't want to miss. Barcelona concluded their preseason tour ahead of the Joan Gamper Trophy against Juventus as they face off against RB Salzburg in Austria. While the game ended in a 2-1 defeat for the Blaugrana, it was a fantastic test as the 2021-22 season draws nearer. Lukas Savic opened the scoring in the 43rd minute to hand Salzburg the lead. Martin Bedwick's 82nd minute equalizer made it look like the game was poised for a draw before Brendan Aronson scored in the final minute to seal victory for the Austrian side. Coach Ronald Koeman spoke to the press after the match to reflect on the successful tour and provided his takeaways ahead of the new campaign. Here are his thoughts on the match. On his tactical systems, he had to say, the system of playing with three defenders gave us a lot of positive things last season, but this does not necessarily mean that we will continue to play with this system during the new season. Talking on Salzburg, our opponent, he said, the rival has played with great intensity and it has been a good preparation. Then on the overall impact of the preseason, Koeman said, I don't like to lose, but I'm happy with what we have done after a week of this tour. Then lastly, talking about the new season, he said, we are looking forward to doing good things and bringing joy to our fans. So those are some of the few words from our boss Ronald Koeman after that disappointing defeat. So when we look at this game closely, guys, we all know there's a lot to improve in this team. Ronald Koeman needs to improve a lot. And defeat is good sometimes because it helps you show the errors that you need to correct. And La Liga is just starting less than 2 weeks now. Of course, we can see how bad our defense is. We can see how things are not really still balanced. Yes, we quite understand that Koeman did not put the best team, from the start. But this game just tells us that we need to improve on many aspects if we want to go and conquer, for every trophy come next season. Then on to the next story of discussion. It is no secret that Barcelona are in all sorts of problems financially, The Blaugrana have been hard at work all this summer to clear out the dead wood from the squad and make significant cuts to their bloated wage bill. While offloading players, the Catalan Giants have also made requests to their senior players to consider taking pay cuts in order to help balance the books. Indeed, last month, it was reported that President Joan Laporta was going to ask veteran stars Pique, Busquets, Alba to agree to a 40% slash on their current salaries, with the club desperate to register new players and incorporate Lionel Messi's new contract. The recent news of CVC investing money into La Liga, which eases Barcelona's situation to a great extent, is a welcome one, Nonetheless, one of the aforementioned three players, Pique, is willing to agree to the pay cut, reports by La Vanguardia. Barcelona's third captain is said to have had a meeting with club president Joan Laporta, during which he showed a great willingness to forego a large chunk of his salary in order to ease the Catalans' troubles and help them secure new contracts for players. The report goes on to add that the 34-year-old defender's camp has claimed that he will reduce a large part of his salary, as he is aware that doing so would help Barcelona bring in more players. Gerrard wants Barca to be a competitive team. He knows that if the club releases a salary mass, it will be able to make more signings, and that will improve the project, a member of his camp said. Barcelona are now hoping that Pique's decision will convince fellow senior stars Busquets and Alba to follow suit and agree to pay cut. The latter has been reluctant to do so, and it will be interesting to see if his fellow defenders' actions change his mind. I think this is a very bold and very good move by Gerard Pique, and we really hope other veteran players will show their love for the club, by giving in for a pay cut. And of course, the season is not far, and Laporta needs to, ratify a lot of issues for this club. So we just hope that things get better and better as the day passes by, so that before the season kicks off, everything have been ratified and we can go on, sign Messi, register the players, and everything goes on smoothly. So we just have to keep all our hands on deck, hoping for the best. Then on to the final story of this episode. Pjanic has been in and around the headlines at Barcelona for quite some time now, linked with a departure from the club after his first and only season, has expectedly panned out in an entirely different way than he would have imagined. His arrival from Juventus, with Melo going the other way in a swap deal that can only be described as dubious. Now, it looked like Pjanic is once again set to swap shirts, as the constant rumors of a return to Italy are reportedly close to materializing. As per a report by Marta Carenas of the Spanish program Third Coaster, Barcelona are confident that Pjanic will depart very soon to rejoin his former club Juventus, which is the only option he thinks about when considering his exit from Catalonia. Multiple reports over the past weeks have suggested that Pjanic and Juve are in constant contact, some even highlighting that he has been pushing the old lady to make a move as soon as possible. The Bosnian midfielder was also left out of the playing side for the final preseason game against RB Salzburg, which some believe to be a telltale sign that Barcelona do not want to risk him getting injured and hampering the transfer negotiations. His agent, Fali Ramadani, has been in contact with Juventus and held a meeting with the Italian club's executive on Monday, according to a report from Mundo Deportivo's Gabriel Sanz. He also put forth that Italian publications believe Pjanic's transfer could be done before the Joan Gamper game. This would mean the Bosnian, returns to Italy on his former club, Juventus, and dons their shirt again to face Barcelona right afterwards. There have been numerous hints of Pjanic's exit after Juve coach Max Allegri's hints about a free kick taker joining the club, as well as Pjanic's post on social media with waving emotions, caption Ciao. So coolers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you did subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, please endeavor to do so you always stay updated with the latest Barcelona news, transfer news, and many more here on our channel Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.